AZ preview show. Haley Stasiak and Jordan Ham, joined now by Williams Field senior quarterback Zack Shepard. Zack, 7-1 on this season. That only lost to a pretty good Norco, California team in that first week of the season. Since then, what have you learned about this team?
Really that we are, I like to use the word resilient. We came back after that first loss and have been able to handle the teams we've beaten pretty handily. Although the scores might not say that, we've just learned a lot about each other and we've become a family. And so we're still fighting and we're ready for playoffs, but we've become a family, and that's what I like best about the team right now. So.
Third year as the starter for Williams Field here. How have you seen this program change over the past 3 years?
It hasn't changed a whole lot. Coach Campbell's always been the same with his philosophy, and our coaching staff hasn't really changed too much. But after the 3 years, I've been able to be teammates with a lot of different people and meet a lot of different kids my age, and it's been nice to see that although we have so many different kids that come through the program, Coach Campbell stays the same, and we continue to win games and be successful. So that's what I probably would say that changes the most is the kids that come to the program. But Coach Campbell is able to keep it the same and continue to win games.
You're no stranger to a brutal 5A schedule. It seems like each and every year that division is just stacked. When you look back on that state championship team when you were a sophomore, what similarities do you see with this current team and how that could help you navigate another tough year at 5A?
I already kind of mentioned it, but it's the family aspect. My sophomore year, that senior class was super, super close. And then with a couple other guys like myself and Noah Gates, they were able to plug in a couple different positions that we're missing. But this year it's about the same. We're a family. The senior class is super close, but we also have some juniors and some sophomores that are able to fill in a couple of the positions. So that would probably be a similarity that is going to help us get to state this year.
I know you haven't made a decision on where you're going to go next year for your college, but you volunteered, or you interned, in Washington, D.C. with Arizona Senator Jeff Flake's office over the summer. Did it kind of inspire you to follow a certain career path at all?
A little bit. It was nice to see politics firsthand. Usually, like on Twitter and just on TV, you get to see the negative aspects and things like that, but there's a lot of positives that go on behind the scenes, and there's a lot of good things. And so being able to see that firsthand over the summer was an awesome experience for me. And so it changed my viewpoint on politics. And so that definitely could be in my future.
Now you volunteer as well. How do you balance that volunteering? You're very smart, the school, as well as the football. If there's free time, I'm not one to play Fortnite or any type of Xbox or PS4, and so I like to plug it in with things that will help me in the future or help others. I love to serve people, and so I try to find ways that I can help others and set a good example for my teammates and things like that. So that's probably where I find the time is I'm not much of a, Xbox or Fortnite guy and things like that, Netflix or whatnot. So. Awesome stuff, Zach. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way this season.
Yep, thank you guys for having me.
That was Williams Field senior quarterback Zack Shepard. He's very smart. I know Eric did a piece on him earlier this season. He, as he mentioned, he loves to go out and volunteer. He told me before we got things started, he volunteered at Feed My Starving Children. I know he's gone out to a few hospitals around the state and kind of volunteered there. So it's really cool to see kind of a kid who's a leader on a football team also getting it done in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the one thing that jumped out to me from that interview was the consistency, because Williams Field, it seems like each and every year you can chalk them up for double-digit wins and a really good offensive line, and they kind of, it's one of those teams that kind of, no matter who comes in, they know their identity, and they know, it's going to be, they're going to make it life difficult for the opponent. And when you look around the state, those consistent programs have a lot of the same coaching
We've talked about that
staffs.
before,
With the Saguaros, the Chandlers, we kind of touched on them before earlier in the year. But that's kind of the, I was wondering where he was going to go with, over the course of 3 years, a lot can change.
Right.
What has changed, and apparently not a whole lot. So,
I liked the whole family aspect that he mentioned as well.
So
that's a big thing.
Yeah, for sure. So
when we come back, we'll have CBS 5 Arizona and 3 TV's Mark McClune joining us. Keep it right here on the Friday Night 360 AZ Preview Show.